Ooh, grab your friends, it's time to vibe. Come together, feel that rise. Watch the game while the beat flows. At the sports bar where anything goes. Laughter and joy, we're in the zone. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Come back for more. Tasty treats and soulful sounds. Feel the rhythm is where joy's found. With every cheer we come alive. Come on in, let's thrive and jive. In this moment we find our groove. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Ooh, come back for more. Ooh, come back for more. Tasty treats and soulful sounds. Feel the rhythm, it's where joy's found. Ooh, with every cheer we come alive. Come on in, let's thrive and jive. In this moment we find our groove. Ooh, on the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Swing on by, don't miss the fun. At the sports bar, the best begun. Ooh, come back for more. 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 Come back for more.
Hey, good evening, everybody. You're on the swivel at the sports bar. My channel, Unique Sports Talk. How you doing? Another Wednesday, another episode. And, we're going to breeze through this one today. I've been real busy this week, so I plucked some stuff up to put in here for us to just talk about, or for me to talk about. Maybe my fellas might pop up. They might not. If so, we're going to talk about it with a little audience. If not, I'm going to just go ahead and ramble. All right, so let's do a little bookkeeping like we always have to do. Okay, hit the like button. Got to say that, right? On the way in, whether you stay or not, just hit the like button. It's like, just do a solid, man. Hit the like button, and just to signify that you passed through. Share this with if you stay, share this with your friends. Tell them on every Wednesday night at 7, I do this. Subscribe to the channel. Actually, this is Unique Sports Talk, but I'm also simulcasting on my main channel, Marriage, Politics, and Sports. So either one of those. The Marriage, Politics, and Sports have a little bit more content, a lot, have marriage, talk about relationships and sports and politics, by the way, which is really hot these days. But on this channel, we just kind of talk about sports. Join the chat, comment, that kind of stuff in the replay. Disclaimer, I use other materials. So fair use. I'm trying to minimize that. But anyway, I'll put some of the content in the link if I can remember. All right, we're in football off season, so it's not much to talk about with football. The mock drafts are starting. Okay. I might go ahead and I'm gonna hit this link. And, some people are talking about mock drafts. Let's hear a little bit of it, just so you can know what's going on. So I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'll play some of it.
Many NFL teams' draft priorities will change when free agency opens.
Can you tell me any reason why Jeremiah Love, if he's there, wouldn't be the pick for the Kansas City Chiefs?
I can't imagine he goes any lower than number 9, Mel.
How would the first round play out if the first round were held today? Let's dive into a brand new edition of our 2026 NFL First Round Mock Draft. Number 1, Las Vegas Raiders, Fernando Mendoza. As the lucky holders of the number 1 pick, the Raiders can draft the only 5-star quarterback prospect of this year's class. The Heisman Trophy winner and national champion would take over an offense featuring 2 other young stars in Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty. With Tom Brady there to mentor him, Mendoza would be ready to produce right away. Number 2, New York Jets, Harvell Reese. The Jets should prioritize defense after trading away their 2 backbone pieces, Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams, at the trade deadline. Recent Will McDonald IV, who had 18.5 sacks over his last 2 years, would quickly emerge as one of the league's elite pass rushing duos. Number 3, Arizona Cardinals, Ruben Bain Jr. Josh Sweat proved to be money well spent in free agency last year. In 2025 first-round pick Walter Nolan showed plenty of flashes in the 6 games that he was limited to. So let's add some more beef to an already stout front 7 here. Bain is a plug-and-play guy who could quickly become Arizona's best pass rusher since Chandler Jones. Number 4, Tennessee Titans, Carnell Tate. Kaiden Chigoziem Okonkwo was Tennessee's leading receiver with 560 yards. Ooh, yowza. Cam Ward will never stand a chance in Music City if the supporting cast doesn't improve soon. Fortunately, the Titans hold the number 4 pick and are in a position to get one of the top receivers in this class. Tate is a dynamic deep threat whose game-breaking speed and contested catch skills would go hand-in-hand with Cam Ward's ability to extend plays. Number 5, New York Giants, Spencer Fano. The Giants already have one of the league's premier offensive tackles in Andrew Thomas. The rest of that O-line, however, it leaves a lot to be desired. Fano would shore up the other bookend spot and keep Jackson Dart in good hands for years to come. Number 6, Cleveland Browns, Francis Mauigoa. Cleveland's entire starting offensive line is set to hit free agency. Unless they fill most of those voids on the open market, Andrew Berry's first pick here will have to be a lineman. If the Miami product is on the board when it's Berry's turn to pick, then this card should be handed within seconds. For 7, Washington Commanders, Caleb Downs. The Ohio State safety has drawn comparisons to Baltimore Ravens superstar Kyle Hamilton. It's always tough to predict how much GMs will value that safety position, but this should be a no-brainer for Washington if Downs were available at number 7. Number 8, New Orleans Saints, Jordan Tyson. Tyler Shuck's strong finish to his rookie season suddenly gives New Orleans some hope of winning the weak NFC South. That said, he would sure benefit from another big-time receiver to complement Chris Olave. Arizona State's Jordan Tyson is a shifty, big-bodied receiver who can become Shuck's reliable downfield target. Number 9, Kansas City Chiefs, Jeremiah Love. Is this the year the Chiefs actually give Patrick Mahomes a superstar-level running back? Love will be a game-changer wherever he lands. But working in a Mahomes-led offense would take this Kansas City group to another level after a forgettable 2000.
You know, it's funny that football season almost never ends, right? There's people who just live for the combines and mock drafts and all year. I remember in football, I'm old enough to remember when the football season was over, it was over. You know, it didn't encroach on the other sports, but football is like all year round. So I thought I was just going to show a little bit of it, but we're going to go through the whole list, I think. So I just needed to stop it a little bit. So, I didn't just want to replay the whole thing. I'll put a link to this guy's channel in the description. So if anybody wants to go ahead and subscribe to his channel in the future, you could do that.
2025 season. Number 10, Cincinnati Bengals, David Bailey. This would be a great value pick for the Bengals. If they somehow got Bailey here, it would make the decision to move on from Trey Hendrickson look like a stroke of genius. A Bailey-Shamar Stewart pass rushing tandem could be enough to help this Bengals D return to above average status. Number 11, Miami Dolphins, Sonny Styles. The release of Bradley Chubb leaves an already weak Miami defense short of one game-changing player. New head coach Jeff Hafley had the fortune of working with do-it-all playmakers as the Packers' defensive coordinator. Here, he gets his own 5-star linebacker prospect to build the Miami defense around. Number 12, Dallas Cowboys, Keldrick Falk. Dallas has plenty of options with 2 first-round picks, but it'd be a great start to the draft if Jerry Jones could get one of his much-needed stud pass rushers early. Falk is another NFL-ready edge rusher with future All-Pro written all over him. Number 13, Los Angeles.
It's funny, I'm stopping and Jerry Jones, he's an old dude. I know he's thinking that he wants another Super Bowl before it's all over. you know, so he's hanging on. But he probably should get he should probably back up off the team and let some younger professionals run it and kind of stay out of the way and just enjoy it going into the sunset. He might win another championship if he wasn't so involved.
Angeles Rams from Atlanta Falcons, Jermod McCoy. If there is one weakness on the Rams' otherwise elite defense, it is a capable shutdown cornerback. Just look at how badly their secondary struggled in the playoffs. Tennessee's Jermod McCoy is a quality shutdown corner who also has a nose for the football. Number 14, Baltimore Ravens, Mekhi Lemon. Zay Flowers looks better suited for a number 2 role. So the Ravens can add another explosive element to their offense here by bringing in Lemon to take on the WR1 role. Number 15, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mansour Delaney. The Buccaneers secondary has been a tremendous weakness since their Super Bowl 55 triumph. We know the front office loves to go with pass rushers in the early rounds, but it'd be wise to take one of the top corners while he's available here. Number 16, New York Jets from Indianapolis Colts, Avian Terrell. The Jets will need to add a cornerback early, with Sauce Gardner now being long gone. Delane and McCoy are off the board here, and there's a considerable drop-off in the cornerback pool after those two and Terrell. So the Jets wrap up round 1 by adding their next hopeful shutdown corner in Terrell. Number 17, Detroit Lions, Olavavega Owane. The Lions' interior offensive line was a problem last year. Obviously, they were not prepared for the unexpected retirement of Pro Bowl center Frank Ragnow. Owane is another plug-and-play guy who can shore up the interior of Detroit's unit and get him back to basics. Number 18.
Well, I'm going to stop it there. So, like I said, I'm going to put the link to my man's channel. If y'all want to finish to see it later on, we could do that. So I don't want to play his whole content. So if you want to see all 32, you can go to his channel and do that. NBA. Now, it's like the dog days of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? It's like the season is endless. I mean, they had the playing game, you had the All-Star game, not the playing game, but the NBA Cup got the All-Star game. The playing games, when it gets exciting again, to see from 7, 8, 9, and 10, see who gets into the playoffs for those last 2 spots. And then we get to the playoffs. And, playoffs have been pretty good. But just like regular games, man, it's like too much. Same thing with hockey. But let's talk about this gambling.
Veteran Terry Rozier, former NBA player and coach Damon Jones, and more than 30 others. They appeared in a New York City courthouse today for their status conference hearings for their involvement in illegal sports betting. Now,
we heard about Terry Rozier, what he did, right? One of his, I guess, buddies, a hanger-on, just asked for a favor, and he actually did it. I think the favor was, hey man, we got I think it was like for $100,000 or something like that, or whatever he paid him. He said, why don't you just like sit out a game, And that guy went back and told one person and told another person and it just traced right back to him. I can't believe he was that stupid.
they were charged in October.
Well, let me take that back. I can't believe he was that stupid, but it's unfortunate.
Of 2025. They both pleaded not guilty in December of last year. And Ramona, you've covered this case now for months, and I think it's important here, right? There are 2 different charges for Terry Rozier and for Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups is scheduled to have his hearing tomorrow. What are those different charges?
So the hearing today is about the gambling case. This is about providing non-public information to sports bettors who then place bets on games. Okay, so this is or taking yourself out of a game that somebody had a bet on. The hearing tomorrow is about the rigged poker games, and that is the one where Chauncey Billups and Damon Jones are alleged to have been quote-unquote face cards as part of the cheating team, where they were using x-ray glasses and they had rigged shuffling machines and Chauncey was obviously
veteran Terry Rozier, former NBA player and coach.
Let me stop it there. That was just on a loop. So that gambling scandal is big. It's the NBA is pretty good because nobody's really, making a big deal of it the way they could to derail the season, but it's just dumb. So here's the latest standings, and pretty much I just update the standings every week. I mean, it's the Pistons in the East, and the Celtics are the surprise team, because everybody thought they were going to be terrible when Tatum went down. It turns out their guy Green is man, he's really good. He's underrated. The Knicks, I would pull for the Knicks. I mean, I'm from the New York area. Grew up in New York City. Don't live there now, but still, I mean, the Knicks, you root for them. I'm glad they may turn into a perennial playoff team as opposed to being losers that they've been for such a long time. But I don't think they're going to win it all. I think when it comes down to the end, I think the Celtics and the Pistons are going to be fighting it out for the East. And I think the Thunder, I really don't know who's going to be playing the Thunder, but I think the Thunder is going to get back to the championship. Those young boys are hungry in the West, even though the competition there is a little bit more stiff. Who got there? Somebody has their number. Is it the Spurs? There's a team that has the Thunder's number. The one with, I think it's the Spurs. I think they played them real well. I think, matter of fact, they might have a winning record against the Thunder this year. Okay. Oh, man, the WNBA, man. I put the question mark there for a purpose. I don't think they're going to have a 2026 season. I really don't. I just think that they have so many problems. What's going on, Vic? Hold on, man. Let me get you up
Hey,
there.
what's up, man?
All right. Let me get this straight. What's happening?
Not much happening, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, ain't much happening. Just,
Yeah.
just
Well,
popping in.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Welcome aboard, man. I think the we're at the WNBA, man.
All
I
right.
don't think they're going to have a season. And it's weird because they have a split between the players, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later because I don't really want to talk about one of the reasons, the way the ladies who want to play and the ones who don't, it's getting split along certain lines, and which is kind of disheartening. But they're asking for too much because it's like they don't have it's like they're in delusional land. They're not making any money, but they want raises that the owners just don't want to play that kind of freight. So let me go ahead and see what I got next.
Yeah, they have to fill the stands. That's the bottom line.
Fill the stands, sell the tickets, merchandise.
Yeah.
So here we go. Now, there's a couple of different people who can't stand the WNBA and want to talk about the CBA deadline. I just happen to pick Jason Whitlock because he has a certain kind of vitriol that there's another guy who I should have picked because he covers the WNBA. But I said, let me just let Jason go ahead and put his brand of poison on what's going on. All right, so
Steve, I want to move you to my favorite topic, the WNBA, and it seems like things are coming to a head here with these collective bargaining agreement.
Hate that.
And it seems like it's going to split. I don't think most people are recognizing this, but the white girls are ready to end this whole deal and sign the deal. They don't want to strike. The black girls are still holding out and they're oppressed, and they want to play this to the bus. You got Kelsey Plum, you got Breanna Stewart basically saying.
So that's what I was reluctant to say. So Jason Whitlock will take you right down into the dirt. So what do you think? You think there's I don't know, have you been following it?
I haven't, but I don't think it's a black and white thing, though. I don't know why is it bringing race into it?
Because it's Jason Whitlock, goddammit.
Oh, okay. I don't know him. I don't follow him.
But it's an interesting take, so I just want to let him go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, look, we need to play this season. It's important. We don't need to strike. And then you have ladies like Natasha Cloud. So do we have a picture of Breanna Stewart, by the way? Yeah. Hold on. Grab a picture of Breanna Stewart. Grab a picture of Kelsey Plum. And then, there's some pictures of Breanna Stewart where she's pretty manly. She dresses as a man. She's a lesbian. But I want to juxtapose, like, all we need is Kelsey Plum. I'm sorry, we don't need Breanna Stewart. Kelsey Plum versus Natasha Cloud. This is the New York Liberty, I believe, point guard. Are we ready? Can we play the clip of the New York Liberty point guard? Yeah, let's play the clip of Natasha Cloud talking about what she wants to have happen.
Are still not making enough. That middleman potentially still not making enough for housing to also be taken off of the table. And all know this New York market, that $200,000 jump that players are going to make, that's before taxes, that's before what they would have to pay for a potential housing market in the state of New York. So I still am focused on our middleman again. I think it's a starting point. I'm happy with them finally coming back to us with the proposal, but I think there's a lot more that we can do to protect our middleman, even with our jump of salary.
So that's another thing, okay? It's not only saying that there's an issue with the racial lines, but also on the sexual orientation lines, where a lot of the sisters and a fair amount of the white girls are lesbians. So he's just thinking that the black ladies and the harder chicks are a whole lot more harder on their negotiation than the white girls who said, let's just go play ball, man, and keep this shit going. And so this is his take. I'm not saying I agree one way or the other, but it's an interesting take. What say you, man? You frozen? What?
Rich? Yeah, like I said, man, I'm not following the WNBA, but I would imagine that all the players, put their heads together and say, let's all talk in one voice. I don't think it's a matter of black and white.
They're not talking in one voice, though. They're actually putting their heads together and making an ass.
Oh, they're not. Oh, that's not good. Then.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't negotiate like that.
Yeah, well, that's where they are. And then, of course, there's the Unrivaled League, which we'll get into because it's like the 3-on-3 league. I don't know if you've seen any of those games. The championship game is tonight, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So that whole season, that whole second season, they got money and everything else. So anyhow, so the WNBA, the deadline for the CBA being signed is on the 10th. That's Tuesday.
Oh yeah, they ain't gonna make it.
Tuesday.
Are they very far apart?
Miles.
Oh yeah, they ain't gonna make it.
Miles. So that's Tuesday, man. So I just don't think they're gonna make it. And I think
I think some of those players, they have gigs on the side. Some of the players, they probably have other source of income. And they say, what? If we're gonna play and make some peanuts, we might as well not play.
No, they're not making peanuts, man. They're playing basketball. And listen, the owners, right? The owners take all the risks. And then you're losing money for 25 years or whatever it is. And you play, and some of these players are making, mid six figures. They ain't all just paying minimum wage. I think minimum.
Okay, is there a minimum? Is there a minimum salary? Is the minimum like $250 or lower?
The minimum now is that with the CBA, the minimum is over 200.
Oh, that's not bad then.
Yeah, I mean, listen, even if you have to get another gig, and you'll start to stop arguing over bullshit, and the league starts making money, then you're kind of building the league with the owners, right? I mean, it happened in the NBA. They used to have jobs.
But aren't they only playing like 3-4 months in the season?
Yeah, they don't play like they don't have 82 games. They only play.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a 4 months. It's like a 4-month season, right? 4 or 5, maybe most 5.
Listen, you know what, man? I hate to say it. I'm gonna sound sexist because they're fucking women, man.
No, but I'm saying they're making $200,000 in 5 months. I'll take it.
I'm saying the only reason. I mean, listen, women are not men. Okay, it's like herding cats. It's like herding cats, So we'll see what happens with them. God bless them.
But I hope they're not shut down the season. That would be a shame.
Well, they got till Tuesday. We'll know. So the Unrivaled League, right? They just recently, like last night, they're playing their playoff game. So they played in Brooklyn, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Right.
At the we're sending a book
on the second night of March. There was no mistaking the energy inside the Barclays Center. From the opening tip, the building felt different. Unrivaled brought its semifinals to New York City for the first time, and Brooklyn responded.
They said it
For
was
one
packed,
night,
sold
women's
out.
basketball wasn't just part of the
Yeah, I
sports
was there last
conversation.
year.
It was the main
Semifinal.
event.
Usher
From
concert.
Liberty loyalists to first-time viewers discovering the league, the building was full long before tip-off. For sports content creator Gigi Spear, the difference is clear.
I think the nature of it being a players-founded league is just evident in every aspect, from how the players feel being here, how the fans feel connected, and even the engagement on social.
You know, a lot of the ladies look at the rival league as a way to put leverage against the WNBA because this league is actually grown, right? So 50, I think there's like 50 players out of the WNBA who make up the 8 teams or whatever in the rival league. And some of the stars, like this chick here, Kelsey Plum, and some other people, you know, they're bigger names in the WNBA that are playing for Unrivaled.
But Richard, let me ask you a question. Do they have enough foreign players to have like a WNBA All-Star with foreign versus US? Or they ain't that far yet?
No, they're not that far yet.
Oh, okay.
They're not that far yet. But, you know, like I said, man, they're trying. You know, I mean, you're negotiating. It's going to be hard. But if they don't have the season, I think it's going to hurt the players much more than it hurts the owners.
Yeah.
So here's the playoffs, right? So tonight, you know, I might have to watch this game. Tonight is the championship game. Okay, I think it's the Mist against the Phantoms.
Yeah, I don't know any of those things. Man.
Hey, man.
I don't follow women basketball.
Yeah,
I'm not
well,
saying
you
it's
know.
not good, just never interests me. At one time there was some heat, you know, some interest between, you know, Caitlin Clark and what's that the black girl's name again? Reese?
Yeah.
Andrew Reese, yeah, that was like some, you know, a lot of talk going on, but that was the only time I really watched it.
Yeah, but
Other than-
let's put it to this way. You know, and Caitlin Clark almost sat out pretty much the whole season last year.
Yeah, wow.
You know, so this will be her 3rd year, man. And they blew it. She's the one who started bringing in money. They had to get new stadiums because even when no other stadiums couldn't fill up seats, every time she came to town, a whole entourage of people came after her, and the women got jealous. They got jealous of her.
I mean, you know, she can shoot, you know, she can play.
No, but they got jealous of her because, you know, I mean, they just got jealous of her, and some of the girls tried to hurt her.
Yeah.
It was hockey, you know. I didn't update the standing. They just got back from the Stanley Cup and all that shit. I know they started the season again, so we don't cover hockey that much. But I didn't update that. I don't have a lot more today. Okay, so I'm gonna cover some boxing stuff. Clarissa Shield. She wants to be a baby mama. This guy is 50 years old, and she's 30. And she's the star, right? I mean, you know, the thing is, man, I don't think sometimes, you know, a lot of sisters have such low self-esteem. She has 2 gold medals. She's probably the best female boxer of all time, even over Layla Ali.
Mm-hmm.
And she just wants to be this dude, some rapper asshole, baby mama. And he's still married. He's still married to some other ratchet chick, you know, who interferes in their relationship. I mean, I don't know why women would settle for some bullshit like that. You know, and especially after they have a kid, I have no, if I had to put money on it, they probably wouldn't be together more than a year or 2 after the kid's born. So she's going to derail her career for some asshole. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's just, I just don't understand, you know, what's going on out there. I mean, she would have said, I want to get married and have a kid. I wouldn't be saying any of this shit. That's me, man. I don't know how you feel about it, brother. Oh, you gone, man. What's up, man? What happened to you?
You don't hear me?
Yeah, but you dropped out.
No, but am I okay? Now you still can hear me?
Yeah, but you dropped out, man. That's why you couldn't hear me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but wait a minute. Is the issue because of his age?
No, they're not married. He's an asshole. They're not married. He's 20 years older than her, and she wants to have a fucking baby. Why?
Oh, I mean, yeah, yo, man, these 2026, man. A lot of the women now, all they want is a baby. A lot of women just want to have a kid, man.
Man, that's stupid. And listen, they're gonna do what they want to do, but I think it's stupid.
I mean, it's not the old. I'm saying it's not the old-fashioned way anymore, man. A lot of women just want a guy to give.
That's not old-fashioned. You got to think about the kid. We got the children do much better when they're in a two-family household.
I understand that, but things have changed. It's a new environment, man.
Okay, so things have changed. So we got to go down in the dirt because shit has changed.
No, I'm saying it's not uncommon. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
You know, you're the one talking about the fact that it's not, that it is common is the problem.
I know, but I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. I mean, listen, man. You know, I got to give it to you. We don't need to argue about it. I mean, the liberals. You know, a lot of people have a liberal way of life. You know, the world's fucked up. So it's
she may have just falling in love, and she doesn't get married yet. She's not sure. You know, in case there's a divorce.
Then why have a baby?
Maybe she wants to have a baby.
If she's not sure about this asshole, then why have a baby? How could it be easier? I mean, why being married is harder than having a baby? It's a lifelong commitment. You know, I mean, so if you love this guy and he don't love you back, why are you gonna give this fucking guy a baby? You know, this is, let me tell you this, Charles, and I'm gonna we'll go back to sports. A woman can't give a man a greater gift than a baby.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, man, it's a personal decision, man. We can't, you know what I mean? We can't.
No, it's a personal decision. We're talking sports. We can have opinions.
No, I know. But what I'm saying to you is I don't know, you know, the relationships, what the agreement is. But, you know, if she wants a baby, man, that's, you know. You know what I'm saying, Rich?
That's and I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with it, but like I'm saying.
How many women have babies from dudes and they're broken up even before the baby's born?
I know.
You know, so why bring a kid into the world if, you know, you're going to be bifurcated with your so-called partner, which I hate.
Perhaps she wants the guy from that particular guy. Maybe he has some type of genes, or she just wants to have a baby with him.
We're looking at him. His genes ain't so hot that you have to have a baby by his mother. You know what I'm saying? His genes ain't that hot. It ain't like he's 6'6" and, you know, with muscles and shit and cute.
Yeah.
You know, all I'm saying is, I hear where you're coming from. I'm saying just because society is fucked up, we don't have to agree with it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so anyway, man, that's enough. I mean, I revere this chick. I remember when she was 16, 17 years old, won that first gold medal. She was the only one in the Olympics. You know how sometimes, you know, you get a gold medal and that follows you, right? You're a gold medal winner. She did it twice. So when people introduce you, they introduce you as a gold medalist representing a country. Then she's knocking out chicks. I think she's undefeated. I think she knocks out every chick. So she should be heralded as an accomplished woman. And why, you know, I'm not saying don't have a baby. If this guy ain't asking you to be his wife, then he's telling you he doesn't deserve to have a kid.
Like I said, man, we don't know the nature of the relationship, or if she's the one that says, no, I don't want to get married. I mean, we don't know.
Listen, if she's all over this guy, if he wanted to marry her, she'll be marrying him. He's still married.
Oh, he's married.
Still married.
Oh, I didn't know he was married. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
he's still married, man.
so it explains why they can't get married now, because until he gets a divorce.
You don't. Why would you have a baby by a married man?
Well, maybe, like I say, he's in the process of getting a divorce, and she actually believes him. I'm just saying, you know, we don't know.
There you go. Did she act? You know what? How many men?
We don't know.
How many men have side chicks say, "Just hold on, I'm gonna get a divorce"?
That's what I'm saying, man. We don't know. Perhaps she believes him.
Oh, listen, man. Listen. I hear you, man. You want to play devil advocate?
Perhaps he said, you know what? I can't get a divorce now because if I get a divorce now, it's going to cost me too much. I got to wait. You know, there could be all kind of reasons, man.
Yeah, just any kind of excuse to tell a chick, just hang on. You just be a good side piece while I take care of this shit. Man, come on, brother.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, we don't know the relationships,
Listen,
man. We don't know the
okay,
details.
so I would end it here. If there's these kind of complications, then why give this fucking guy a baby? If there's complications because he's got another wife and she might take his money and I'm just his side bitch and this and that, and so I'm gonna give this guy the greatest gift I can give a man.
Yeah, well,
and then if he stays, great. If he doesn't, listen, I think that too many men, and I have to get in your case, makes excuses for this shit, man. If it happens, it happens, but nobody's gonna ever get me to say it's okay under any circumstances. You want to have a baby, fucking marry before you carry.
Yeah, but some women just want to have kids, man. They don't care about getting married.
I'm
just saying.
I know that. I'm saying it's stupid.
I know it is. But it is what it is. I know it's stupid.
But they need other people to stop saying some women this, some women. They need people to say what you're doing is stupid.
Yeah, believe me, I've been there, man. I have 4 or 5, so I understand.
Well, I know why. Listen, at some point,
I'm just saying, I understand, man. Anyway, man, it's what they want.
You know what? And every guy ain't as dutiful over their kids as you are.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, that's true too. It's called responsibility, man.
Yeah, it's just supposed to be a sports thing. We talk about. I like Clarissa Shields, man. I don't want her to go down this path. But if a woman starts saying I want to get pregnant, I can't. I would imagine a couple of months from now she's gonna say she has a baby. She has a baby coming.
She'll be all right, man. No, let's not worry about her.
She's gonna be all right. Yeah, but it's
she'll
stupid.
be all right.
Well, it's the message that's sent. You ever see Tank Davis fight? You ever see this guy fight?
Nah, I don't follow boxing anymore, man.
Man, Tank Davis this guy is unbelievable fighter. So he can't stay out of trouble.
Is he a middle class heavyweight or middleweight?
No, he's a welterweight.
Oh,
he's a junior welterweight, and he moves, but he's moved up in weight class. So he started out maybe like a lightweight. Then he went to super lightweight. I think he fought welterweight. He's fighting he's a junior welterweight.
Okay.
Well, so he's in like the 130, 140, 35, 140 pound weight.
Oh, okay.
And he's pretty good, man. He punches like a sledgehammer. And so he's got arrested twice. He's got 2 charges. 1, a hit and run, and 2, domestic violence. And then he had to spend 90 days in jail. He gets out, he gets arrested for the other thing. So they combine the 2 problems. They combine the 2 charges. And so they let him go with an ankle bracelet and to be under house arrest. So instead of staying in the house, right, he rents out a penthouse in a damn hotel. Okay. And he's staying in a first-class hotel. And he gets arrested again because he broke the rules.
Doesn't sound like he has it together, man.
Well, no, and then so they give him another break. And then, they give him a break, and he's supposed to stay in one town. They arrest him again because they find he's supposed to be in the Northeast. Then they arrest him again because he traveled out of state without telling anybody. Yeah. So he's just an idiot.
It's not smart. Yeah, it is. It's like there's more. It's like it's a downfall. There's more to come.
And the guy is not just a good boxer. He's a great boxer, and with punching power in both hands, knocking people out, high contenders, fighting champions, and everything like that.
He's probably smoking a lot. He's under some kind of influence.
Nah, you know what? The one thing that they can't do in boxing, they can't take drugs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because they get tested, right?
They get tested, man. They can't get drugs, so it's not drugs. He's just an idiot.
So if his mind is clear, why is he acting so stupid?
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah, dang. Because he's making all that money too, right? I'm sure he's making money as a boxer, right?
Well, of course, let's put it there. I'm calling him an idiot. Of course, he's from the street. You know,
Yeah.
he's from the street, and the money kind of changes you, puts your suit on you and stuff like that. But his mentality, if you see some of his early fights, he just has a couple of tattoos. But if you see him now, his whole body is full with tattoos. You can't even make sense of him.
Sounds like he's bored.
Well, and then he falls in love with a chick who's a barmaid, who probably has the same kind of mentality. And he, you know, every so often he slaps her up.
Damn.
Yeah. And so it's unfortunate because I think he hasn't fought in a year or two.
Okay.
And he just blew a big fight that was coming up at the end of last year because he got arrested. It was a big fight. I'm talking about a multi-million-dollar fight that he blew.
Oh yeah, I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen him. Thing there. Yeah, I've seen some highlights of him.
That's right.
Yeah, he can fight though.
Yeah,
If it gives you like a body punch, you going down.
You going down.
I seen him with some mean body blows.
He hit you with that uppercut, man. That left uppercut, man, knocked him right on out.
Yeah, I've seen him play.
Yeah, he's pretty good, man. So hopefully he'll get it together because he has a lot to offer. He's 31 years old now.
He looks younger too.
Yeah, you know, so he's got he's in the sweet spot of his career, and he's blowing it with legal problems. So you know he's blowing his money because lawyers are not cheap, and being in trouble is not cheap. You know. All right, so Luka is kind of on shaky grounds in LA, which is crazy.
Why?
Because he you know, for some reason, Luka's like a spoiled, petulant child. And but here's let me just show you this. I mean,
I think he trash talks too much though.
Yeah, that, and he argues too much with the refs. But this is with the coach. This is his problem with the coach.
We all know this, and Luka can annoy his coaches. We all know this. The interaction started with Luka not wanting to dap up JJ when he was coming to the bench. And then at the end of it, Luka offered JJ his hand to dap him up, and JJ wouldn't dap up Luka. And this is where folks can say this is hypocritical of me, but I just know I'm right. Luka not dapping up JJ is unfortunate but acceptable. JJ not dapping up Luka is unacceptable. JJ's got to be the adult. Last week, Chris Finch told Ant, you're getting double teamed. Pass out of it. Then with 30 seconds left, did not pass out of it. Hit an impossible three, and then screamed at Chris Finch. That's what I do. That's who I am, whatever it is. I don't even know if that's unfortunate, but I do know that's acceptable. The coach has to constantly, at least in public, be above it. And that's something where I think JJ can struggle.
Yeah, man. So what do you think about that? The coach has to be the bigger man. I agree with that.
I agree with that too.
You know, so
Luka ain't going nowhere, man. He's a franchise player, man.
I know, but I heard some rumors that he's not getting along with LeBron and all that. Well, LeBron's an asshole. Right?
Well, that's LeBron's last year.
It should be his last year.
That's LeBron's last year.
I think I'm breaking a record, brother.
He ain't going nowhere, man. Luka ain't going nowhere.
No, I know that. They'd be stupid if they get rid of him.
Yeah, they gotta pay him that money, man. I mean, the guy can shoot. The guy can play, period.
He's good.
He can rebound, he can assist, all that shit.
His defense is lacking, though, man. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, that I have to admit. Yeah.
Defense is lacking. All right, so we got some questions here. We're gonna go round robin. All right, so Luka has Luka worn out his girlfriend in LA?
Nah.
No, right? So you said no. Okay. The WNBA split along racial and sexual orientation lines.
I don't know enough. I don't know enough, but I don't follow WNBA enough to have an opinion.
Well, yeah, I follow it enough, but I just put this here because I think Jason Whitlock poisoned my mind to say it. You know, he said Jason Whitlock poisoned me, and I just think forget about the sexual orientation part. It just so happens so many of the sisters are lesbians. But the fact is, I think the sisters seem a little bit more desperate to get more money than the white girls. And it's not like the white girls automatically have more money than them or come from better places than them.
Well, it's possible financially, and then I shouldn't say that. Maybe it's financially they're in a better situation. Who knows?
No, I just think it's a personality thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a personality thing. I really don't know. I mean, a lot of those white girls don't come from, we can't assume they all come from some kind of rich family.
Exactly.
So I just think it's a personality thing. Because a couple of white ladies, they want to sit out too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's enough of them. And then there's a few sisters who say, let's just play.
Let me tell you, man, like you said earlier, if they make a minimum 200 grand for 4 or 5 months, unless, they have to be in camp. But if they, if they only have to dedicate themselves 4 or 5 months a year to play for 200 grand, I don't think it's a bad deal.
Right. Especially when people, and you're playing a game you love.
Exactly. I don't think it's a bad deal.
You're flying private jets. You're getting a lot of free meals, right? You know what they want? You know one of the things they're stuck on? They want the owners to pay for their housing.
Yeah.
The owner's saying, we're not paying for you. We're not paying for you. They were paying for the housing, but they don't want to pay for their housing anymore.
Oh, they don't want to pay anymore. Well, in that case, man, spoiled then.
Yeah, man.
They're spoiled. Yeah. You spoil them in house because the houses are expensive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Housing ain't cheap.
Yeah, you say, listen, man, now we're paying you more money. You got to grow up. Everybody else has to pay their own, if you have to have a roommate for 4 months or you got to do this, or while you're playing in the league until you get a bigger contract, just shack up with somebody.
Yeah.
And when I'm saying one of your teammates, share a place.
Let's hope they resolve this. I would like to them, for them to not lose the season,
And they got.
I mean, even though I barely watch it, but it would still be nice.
Yeah, I don't want them to lose the season, but we'll see on Tuesday and this is good because we'll be back on Wednesday next week. And we should have some kind of results. And either 2 things are going to happen. Well, 3 things could happen. It could be a lockout. It could be a strike, or they could extend the season. Or 4 things, or they can end it. They could, or extend the negotiations. And
but when they end it, everybody loses. Everybody loses.
Well, yeah, the owners are willing to lose. The owners are willing to lose because they're not going to. They're willing to lose. Anyway, so. A lot of people say the unrivaled league. I keep hearing mixed messages on how bad they're doing. Maybe the TV ratings are down, but every time I look at the crowds in the games, a lot of the arenas are packed.
Okay.
So, but they have, because they're on major TV, by the way. So that game tonight is probably on some streaming service. I think it might be on CBS.
Okay.
So of course, the CBS major networks pay good money because that the advertising slots. So, and it's at 9:30. I might go ahead and see if I can peek into that.
All right.
So there you have it, brother. So that's that. And one more thing. You said you don't like boxing. This fight should be a good one. Keith Thurman fighting Sebastian Fundora. For super welterweight. Listen, you don't have to listen. You never heard of Keith Thurman before? Now Fundora is like 6'3", like a stick figure. They're fighting at 150, 154. They're fighting at 154. Keith Thurman, he had a lot of promise, but he's like, man, Keith Thurman might be 5'8". He might be 5'8", 5'9". And he's going to fight this dude who's 6'3" with a long reach. This should be an interesting fight. So it's this month, at the end of the month. I think it's not going to be pay-per-view. So it might be on one of the streaming services. But
you and I both know when it comes to boxing, height only has a slight advantage. You know what I mean? It's not really you know what I'm saying? It happened with Hearns and Sugar Leonard.
Well, it depends.
I mean, I got a bunch of examples where, Iron Mike knocking out Total. You know what I'm saying? So...
No, the point really is, though, is not just, but it depends on how good the tall guy is, too. Because if the tall guy fights tall, his jab, his reach is like 4 inches longer.
Yeah.
So if he's using the jab, you got to get through his defenses to get to him to hit him. And so you might have to take a few licks to get inside.
Yep, duck. ducking, going, and the body.
Yeah, well, you got to get there.
Yeah, that's true.
So what I'm saying is you might have to
training.
Yeah, it's training. You got to train for a tall guy,
Yeah.
especially see Fundora when he first started fighting. A lot of those tall guys kind of crouch. They kind of crouch down to a level which they loses their advantage. But when he's high, then the guy has to reach to hit him in the head. Got to reach to hit him in the body.
You kidding?
No.
Dang.
So once I'm finished, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, man. Edit. Yeah. Delete.
I gotta edit that shit. You get my shit snatched. God damn.
My bad.
Yeah, man, golly.
Thank God it's not live.
It is live. This is a live stream.
Oh, it's live.
Yes.
I thought it was tape, and then you put it on.
No, this is a live stream, man.
Okay.
Well, hey, man, you getting ready to retire, man. So a part of that check, and I don't mind getting a little bit of that,
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, it's a burner. Whoever's watching.
Yeah, that's all right, man. Well, I have to fix it. Anyway, man. So that's it. For today, I don't have anything. Like, share, and subscribe. You need to come back and hit the like button yourself every so often on the replay.
Well, I don't know from my phone. I don't see any like button from my phone.
No, you're on live, so you got to go to the actual YouTube link. You're on the panel, so you're not going to see it.
Oh, okay. No wonder. I don't see you. I go down. I don't see any like button.
If you was in the audience, right, you could watch it from the audience, like some people do, and you'll see the like buttons and shit like that. You could put a comment. You could put the comment. So you can go to my I gave you 2 links. If you go to you go to the second link.
Oh, okay, that's the one I could put the like on, even if I'm on my phone.
Right.
Okay, I have to be on my laptop or something. Okay.
No, you don't have to be. You'll see it, and then if you had a comment afterwards on the replay and all that. But I gotta go ahead and get.
Going back to what you were mentioning earlier, I think San Antonio is going to end up with the best record in the NBA.
Why you say that?
The Spurs.
Well, why you say that?
One word, Wemby.
Now, Wemby and those guys they beat these guys 3 times already.
Yeah, well, now they're
there you go, man. You're all locked out, man. I don't know what's going on with your phone, brother. But anyhow, hey, listen, for everybody else, I'm gonna get out of here because I got some editing to do. Hey, Vic, man, your phone went out. You probably ran out of juice. Anyway, no problem. Anyway, I am going. We're going to hit the outro. Thanks for stopping by, a few folks, the CW, everybody else. And we'll be here next week at 7 o'clock, man. I'm going to be on my channel later on tonight. I'm going to go live with some political reactions to what's going on. Understand Caroline Levitt had a press conference tonight. I'll probably go cover that. And I made something else myself. Hold on, man. You back, man?
Yeah, every time somebody calls me, I lose the audio.
Yeah, man. That's why I keep telling you, man. If you're gonna do this thing, why don't you just do it off your computer?
It's crazy, man. Computer. Yeah, but it shouldn't interfere like that, though. You know what I'm saying?
No. Well, it happens to what you got, an Android or
no? iPhone 17.
It interferes, man. Why wouldn't it interfere? I mean, you got a certain amount of bandwidth and shit like that. So if it does it every time, I say, it's better to sit down and have your laptop open and use that. But people use their phone so they can move around. But I
exactly, more flexible.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I have an old laptop too, like a dinosaur. Since I'm going to retire now, the one from my office, I'm going to be using it more. So I have to buy my own. I can't use the one from work anymore.
You can't use your personal. You shouldn't be using your laptop from work for personal shit anyway.
No, I'm saying like the personal laptop that I have it's a dinosaur. I can't really depend on it, so I use my phone most of the time. But as soon as I retire, I'm gonna need a real laptop, and then I gotta buy my own.
Well, yeah, I don't see how you've been able to go without one anyway. But here's my thing, fucking laptops are not cheap anymore.
I thought they were cheap.
Yeah, I mean, you could buy one cheap, but if you want power and all that kind of stuff. You go to Best Buy, you could find a cheap one. They ain't that cheap anymore.
I can get a laptop under $1,000. A good one.
Yeah, you could probably get one, but it might not have all the things you want.
Oh yeah, but me, I don't really, I don't really spend that much time in the laptops, man.
Well, I mean, listen, a grand is like regular currency these days, man. If you can't do anything for less than $1,000 and shit.
Yeah.
If you could definitely get a cheaper one, but usually when you start looking at them, you'll start saying, I want this feature, I need that, I want this, I want that. And then once you want those things, you want power, you want more RAM,
Yeah. All I need is a laptop for some basic stuff, man. I don't want to, all those that Office 365 got a bunch of chunks that I don't use. They got a whole bunch of stuff you don't use.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the applications. I can understand that.
Yeah.
But you'll find out that when you have a laptop, it's hard to have a laptop if you don't have Microsoft Office on it.
That's right.
I mean, you don't have to have it, but when you want to write a text or you want to use a spreadsheet or you want to do a few things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to have Word, Excel.
Yeah. I mean, some of the basic
PowerPoint, things like that.
Yeah. So, like I said, you don't have to, but it's like your laptop is naked if you can't even do that.
Yeah.
I didn't buy a Adobe or stuff like that. Some people have that whole program, but I can look at a PDF.
Yeah, I think back in the days, for example, Office came with the laptop. Now you have to pay for a subscription every year now for those things. It's crazy, man. They find a way to squeeze that money out of you.
Yeah, that's the world we live in, brother. Hey, man, so let me get on out of here. And
all right, man.
Stopping by, man. Thanks for stopping by, man.
No problem, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hopefully the market will be kicking it. We'll be doing good.
I have a lot of things going on tomorrow, too. Some of my dividends come due, and so it'll keep me busy. I got all these accounts I'm looking at.
Yeah, I can't believe silver dividend is going to be that high again.
No, it says a range. It said
but the range is still good, man, from 6 to 9.
I gotta see it to believe it.
That's what I'm saying, man. Range.
I think we'll know for sure on Friday.
I'm thinking of taking $50K from my TSP and put, just buy 500 shares.
Yeah.
50K will give me 500 shares. Yeah, but 550, whatever, and just put it there.
That's not a bad idea, man. I tell you, my boy, man, he's like, I tell you, like he told me, I tell him, I said, I'm making you so much money, man. So much money. All right, man.
It's a good. All right, brother. Have a good night.
Yeah, we'll talk, man. Later.
All right, bye.
All right. And for everybody else out there, thanks for stopping by, man. I'm here every Friday, man. Every Wednesday at 7, I should say. It's usually just an hour. Sometimes we go a little over, sometimes we're a little less. And that's it, so stay tuned for the outro and we're out of here. So be back next week, and in the replay, if you're here for the replay, put a comment in there. Let me know you were here, and then we'll go from there.
Grab your friends, it's time to play. Join the fun, we're here all day. Watch the game with drinks in hand. On the swivel, let's take a stand. On the edge of our seats, we live for the thrill. In this moment together, we're feeling the chill. So here's to the laughter as we gaze at the stars. We say goodnight from the swivel at the sports bar. In the flicker of the screens where our spirits ignite, let's cherish this time as we fade into light. Tasty bites and big screen thrills. Every moment gives you chills. High fives and cheers, it's quite a sight. Join the crowd, it feels so right. As the game goes on, our hearts beat as one. Memories in the making, oh, this night's just begun. So here's to the laughter as we gaze at Let's cherish this time as we fade into light. So good night, my friends, till we meet again in this world of the game, through thick and through thin.